Alrighty, guys. So I'm gonna let y'all know, man. If you want to get a V-taper physique, you want to change something as drastic as, or something that is significant as your body. You're going to not. It's going to require more than just wanting it. It's going to require an identity shift. It's going to require you to make a decision to say, I'm not this anymore, I'm now that. A lot of you guys are going to have to look at yourself in the mirror and actually admit to yourself that I am no longer a person that partakes in these activities, that eats goofy shit, that eats this or eats junk food or eats processed food. I'm not a guy that goes weeks and months without going to the gym. I'm not a guy that just consistently looks at myself and hates certain aspects about myself and continuing to choose to not change them or to grow and develop in those areas. Okay, that is the identity shift that is going to be required in order for you to become this guy that looks like Himothy, that looks like him, that looks like that Greek god physique, that looks like he has that feet taper, that looks like he got to put it on. Like, no matter what he wears, bro, he look like he put that shit on, bro, because his physique is just gold, bro. This is something that you will obtain if you are willing to make the identity shift. And the main important thing when it comes to making an identity shift is just holding yourself accountable to doing what you said you were going to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and rewind back all the way about 10, 11 years ago. Back in around New Year's of 2016, bro, when I first started lifting, started working out, and started developing my dream physique. Okay, I was grinding, bro. And I remember I had been going to the gym consistently the longest I had ever gone to the gym for. And I want to say it was 4 weeks. I had never consistently trained in the gym for more than 4 weeks. This is the longest I had ever gone. And bro, I was exhausted. My motivation had ran out. Like I said in my last video or whatever, I think it was my last video, about how motivation is great, but it is going to run out before you reach your goal. Your goal will be, the journey will take you way longer, or it'll take you way further than what motivation can, essentially. And so I was faced with that dilemma of wanting to quit. Like everybody usually does. Most people, whenever they stop feeling motivated to do certain things, whenever they stop feeling like they want to go to the gym, bro, they just simply stop going to the gym. All right. That is what happens. That is what the typical average person does. Okay. This is how I was able to push through that. I had to put things into perspective. All right. I put things into perspective because when I was right when I was about to quit, I would have to tell myself, well, Josh, this is something that you told yourself that you wanted to do long ago. When you first started this, you said you weren't going to quit. Now you want to quit. Why? It's because it's getting difficult and it's getting hard. And I told myself, I said, if you quit, this is who you are. You are a guy that quits whenever things become difficult or become hard. Okay. At that point, I had talked to numerous amount of people in the gym and have watched tons of videos on YouTube and whatever the case may be, just gathering information from as many people as possible. And I'm talking to people that have been in the gym for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I had already started imagining myself becoming that. And I started realizing then, within those 4 weeks, that, you know what I'm saying, like, it's not about getting to a certain point and then going back and getting to the goofy shit, bro. This is about transforming yourself and changing something that's going to be implemented and it's not going to go away. Simply put, ever since this happened in 2016, bro, I have not stopped going to the gym. That change that I had instilled about a decade ago has still been implemented to this day in 2026. But I had to sit there and be real with myself, bro. And I said, bro, if I quit, bro, I'm a quitter, bro. I quit when things get hard. I quit when things get difficult. Is that the type of person who I want to be? Am I a quitter? And I simply was like, no, man. Most people, I had already known that most people quit. But me speaking it directly to myself, not ignoring it, not trying to find excuses to kind of like sugarcoat it, I had to keep it a stack with myself, bro. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to stop lying to yourself. You got to stop giving yourself excuses, bro. You got to. All it does is, if I had told myself, well, we really don't need to get in shape. Well, we really don't need to do this. And nobody's really making us do that, bro. If I had started saying those excuses, bro, what do you think what would happen? I would have definitely for sure quit, bro. When you tell yourself stuff like excuses like that, bro, that's when you want to quit. That's when you don't want to grind anymore. Okay? Excuses is what's going to keep you where you're at. Okay? What's going to force you to grow is being honest with yourself and holding yourself accountable. Okay? You have to sit there and admit if you want to quit. Just say, okay, if I quit, then this is what I do when shit gets hard. I'm a quitter. When I was in the army, bro, I was an army leader. I used to lead soldiers. I used to lead troops, bro. And that's one of the things that, when we was doing physical training, that's one of the things that I used to always, used to say to people to get the most out of them. We'd be working out, be tough, be running, or whatever the case may be. Girls, dudes, everybody want to be slowing down and shit like that. And I was just pull up right beside them, and I was like, hey, man, I need you to keep pushing. I need you to finish this quarter mile without stopping. All right, let's go ahead and finish it. Let's grind it through. Me, I'm knowing that they want to quit and shit like that, but I'm not letting them. And I'm not even not letting them, but I'm putting things into perspective to where they won't let themselves quit. To the point to where I asked them shit. It was like, don't quit. If you quit, what are you then? Are you just a quitter? Are you a quitter? Is that what you do? You quit? When I would ask them shit like that, that would instantly, fuck with their pride. It'll like, cause you should have some pride about yourself to not want to be identified with goofy shit, bro. Being a quitter is some goofy shit, bro. You don't want to have that label slapped on you. You don't want to be honest with you don't want to be the person that have to sit back and reflect and be like, damn, I guess I am a quitter. Being a quitter is not a good life to live in. It is completely like, it's worse than average. It's sub-average. It's subpar, bro. Being a quitter is like, I don't know, bro. It's just like the epitome of just being soft, and you just know that, like, if you being a quitter, you just will not accomplish anything great in life, because anything great in life that's worthy of accomplishing is going to require you to persevere and push through how you feel. And anytime you quit, whenever you're in those difficult circumstances, bro, that is a way of you basically telling to the universe that as long as something is hard, or as long as something is difficult for me, I just won't obtain it. I won't reach the goal. And that is crazy, because most goals are typically difficult because it's requiring you to transform, to step up or add or increase the workload, or whatever the case may be, to push through, to reach that goal. Goals can be met, and you just don't want to be the guy that quit on himself and quit on his goals. And essentially what I just want to tell you guys is that don't tell yourself some fucking excuses for you to stop or to not go, bro. Hold yourself accountable. It is what it actually is. If you were to quit, you would be a quitter. You would be somebody that does not know how to, or you would be somebody that simply, when it gets tough, bro, that's when we can count you to give up and not bet on yourself and to not push through. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, bro, because while you're over here saying, oh, it's too hard, it's too difficult, I can find another motherfucker that can, push through that shit and get to the goal. And it's crazy because I can find somebody who probably comes from a background where their walk of life was a lot more difficult than you, Or I can find somebody that's younger than you, somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that can make you sit there and reflect like, damn, if they're doing it, there ain't no reason as to why I can't do it. Bro, I've seen motherfuckers, veterans, bro, that had their fucking legs blown off, still in that motherfucker grinding, still in there giving they 100%. If anybody would have an excuse, it would be them to have an excuse, bro. People that don't have all their limbs, don't have shit, can barely walk, whatever the case may be, bro, but still in that motherfucker. Here you are, don't even want to be in there. You want to quit because you're uncomfortable, because it's difficult, it's hard. It's so crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Put things into perspective like that. You know what I mean? It's hard, yes, but it's so fucking rewarding, bro. It's so rewarding. It's so rewarding. You know, it's, oh my gosh, bro. Getting a Greek god physique, bro, is something that is so powerful that I'm glad that it is as difficult that it is, because when you when you walk around in this shit, bro, it's like you're a superhero, bro. It's like you just got superpowers. It's like the world just opens up to you completely. You get access to everything. Everybody perceives you as being better. You perceive yourself as being better, not better than other people, but just being a better version of yourself. Like, a lot of people just don't like themselves because they're the most average version of themselves. You actually will wake up and be happy because you look at yourself in the mirror and you actually like what you see. You actually love who you are. You actually don't want to be anybody else. You don't actually wish to be anybody else. You don't look at other people and what they got going on and be like, that's just so unfair. No, you literally look at yourself and be like, man, I'm a cold motherfucker, bro. I don't want to be anybody else, gang. I don't want to be anybody else. I'm glad, bro, that is not normal. That is not normal. That reward is crazy. Reward is like, bro, for me, bro, I used to be cooked, bro. I used to not get no chicks at all, bro. No chicks, bro. Growing up in high school and shit like that. Not even college like that, bro. Once I really started like locking in, bro, I want to say around the 5-year mark is when my physique really started hitting another level, bro. Like, I want to say around 2021, 2022, when I started really looking like that guy. And then by 2023, bro, I think I was in the gym. Who was that? About 7 years at that point. My muscle maturity had started kicking in to where my muscles started looking like I had been training for a while. I mean, you know, muscle maturity is definitely a thing where, like, the striations, the density of the muscle, like, it looks crazy. Like, I didn't really gain any more muscle, but the appearance of my muscle started looking crazy or different. Each year there's just a new feat that, you know what I'm saying, that you unlock about your physique, and because you unlock it, bro, you just get better and more access, bro. So I'm gonna tell y'all boys, man, when I got in shape, bro, chicks was choosing like no other, gang. It's like I had gotten so used to getting so many baddies, bro. It's now to the point where it's just like, bro, I can't even mess with majority of females, bro, because they just don't meet my standard, bro. How do you go from not getting no chicks to now getting pretty much not having a problem getting any chicks at all? But now at this point, you're just like, bro, I done experienced so many chicks at this point, so many baddies. It's like, in order for me to mess with a female now, bro, she gotta be bad. Simply put, it's gotta be she and it's not she just gotta be bad. She gotta make me feel, she gotta have a sense of confidence about herself. That's crazy. You guys don't even realize this, but like, you know how girls say, oh, I want a guy that's confident. Now I'm to the point where I want a girl that's confident, bro, because you know what's gonna happen when you start getting in shape and shit like that, bro? Girls are gonna start simping over you, bro. And girls are gonna start, you know what I'm saying, acting very insecure when they're around you, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, when you reach another level, like when I was in high school, I remember me gesturing and me chasing and me wanting, bro, when you get in shape, bro, you'll realize that girls do the same exact shit, bro. And there's some girls that I've dated in the past where I was just like, bro, I can't fuck with her, bro. She always texting my phone. She always trying to be in my fucking face. Every single time it's a moment of silence, she can't shut up, bro, because she just gets so nervous. And she's like, well, if we're not having conversation, does he like me? Like, girls constantly questioning on whether or not you're liking them or not, bro. that shit just gets annoying, bro. But that's how elite you become once you get a cold physique, bro. Is where, and when you start looking good and you start putting that shit on and you start looking fresh, bro, girls will literally start to now wonder, like, does he like me? What do I got to do to get him to like me? And they start doing all that pandering and gesturing, all that simp shit, bro. And then you just start realizing, like, bro, this girl, man, I ain't trying to mess with this girl, bro. This girl getting on my fucking nerves, man. Keep blowing up my phone. Keep always trying to talk to me and shit like that, bro. I got shit going on, man. It's like, now, bro, when you get a cold physique, bro, you start running away from girls, bro. You stop trying to be in the mix, bro. You stop trying to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you already know what it is. Every single time you pop out, gang, when you pop out, you already know it's gonna be some chicks choosing on you. And sometimes you just gotta ask yourself, man, it's like, do I really feel like dealing with that shit today, bro? Do I really feel like girls just fucking staring at me all the time, trying to get my attention? Do I really feel like doing that shit? No, I don't feel like dealing with that shit, bro. I'm probably finna just, you know what I'm saying, go work out, go hit my post-workout meal, you know what I'm saying, go out in the backyard, meditate, read a few books or some shit like that, and yeah, maybe watch some anime or some shit like that, bro. Maybe watch, I don't know, Shangri-La Frontier. Maybe go watch some Solo Leveling or some Vinland Saga, some shit like that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Or I might go watch that new Spider-Man movie, you know what I'm saying? You really just start learning to stay with yourself, bro, because when people start, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, this is more of like, bro, I don't want to be around people, because when you start being around people, me, I'm very introverted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Me being around people, it requires some energy out of me, bro. And you know what I'm saying? When you get a cold physique, you just be like, man, do I feel like going out and being around people, bro? Do I really feel like being around motherfuckers that's hating? You know what I'm saying? Do I feel like really going out to this restaurant or whatever the case may be, or go to this spot over here and our server's a dude, and you know what I'm saying, he look how I'm looking and shit like that, and he just start hating, bro. Like, and because he's starting hating, bro, he now want to like not give me my drinks on time and shit like that, because he sees my girl as bad. He wishes that he had a girl that looked as bad, or whatever the case may be. He's seeing how I'm living, and he don't even like the fact that he's serving me. So he's just going, you know what I'm saying, not try to serve me the best that he can. He just on some goofy shit, bro. Like, motherfuckers just be hating. That's the type of shit that you have to deal with when you get in shape, bro. You got to deal with a bunch of chicks chasing you, a whole bunch of people staring at you. You got to deal with dudes wanting to hate on you on some goofy shit, bro. You just got to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. And sometimes you just say, man, fuck all that, bro. I'm going to just, you know what I'm saying, do my thing. But I would say, all in all, bro, it's very rewarding, bro. Holistically, I'm just talking about the cons. I'm just fucking around with y'all and shit like that. But, like, for the most part, bro, like, the life that I'm living now versus the life I used to compare myself to, or the life I used to live, bro, it's like night and day, bro. It's like night and day. The shit that I'm talking about, bro, if it don't make sense to you, like, just get in shape and get lean and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, once you hold yourself to a different standard and saying, nah, I gotta be this guy, I gotta be that dude that, you know what I'm saying, has a cold physique. I want it. I need it. I want to feel better about myself. I'm tired of like looking at myself in the mirror and just having so many negative thoughts. I actually want to do some things to make me feel good about myself. Go to the gym. Go do hard things. That's the type of shit that's going to make you, you know what I'm saying, feel good about who you are. Be proud of yourself, because you're actually moving and you're taking action and you're making progress. That shit right there is going to give you confidence, okay? If you don't love yourself, it's probably has a lot to do with you lacking confidence in who you are. When you start working out, you start getting in shape, you start looking at yourself as a different motherfucker, bro. You start saying, nah, I'm him. I can do some shit, bro. I can really put some shit in motion, bro. I really got motion out here, bro. I can do stuff that typical people just can't do, bro. And when you get that confidence in yourself, bro, you just see yourself in a different light. I just can't really, I feel like no words can really explain what I'm saying. I'm like, I just wish I could put y'all in my body for a day so that y'all can experience it, bro. But I'm talking like every time you go out, bro, people are just so, like, it's so eye-catching, bro. When you see somebody, bro, when I go outside in a fucking tank top and a t-shirt, summertime is like the craziest season, bro, because like that's when people usually show the most amount of skin, bro. I just thought of something, bro. Going to the beach, bro, it's ridiculous, bro. Going to the beach is like, that is where you will truly see your results on display and see how your reality, like, not only do you change, but your reality around you changes. going to the beach, bro, being in shape, bro, I cannot explain the feeling, bro. Going to a pool party where there's a whole bunch of baddies out there, and and you're the one that takes your shirt off, bro. Gang, I'm talking like every single woman notices you. I remember back when I was a kid, or not back when I was a kid, but back when me and my brothers was kids. I was on Body Game at this point, but my brother wasn't. And my brother had said, nah, man, he's like, nah, I gotta go talk to females. I was like, bro, I don't really be going and talking to females like that, you know what I'm saying? I really just be scoping and, you know what I'm saying, seeing who looking at me and whatever the case may be. And, you know what I'm saying, if I see somebody that sees me, then I'm gonna go pull up. My brother was like, nah, bro, I ain't doing that, bro. I gotta go make the first move. I gotta go make the approach. I said, why you gotta do that? He said, I gotta make sure she know I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure she see me. And I said, that's the difference right there, bro. When you get in shape, bro, when you start looking cold, bro, you don't have to do that shit. When you walk in the door, they see you, bro. That's the thing. Most men are like NPCs. Like, they just on autopilot, just coasting through life, just on, like, just going through the motions. You know what I mean? And those men, women, they'll see them. And then it'll not, they just be like, oh, another NPC, another NPC, another NPC. And at that point, yes, they're not paying attention to you. They don't notice you. But say, for example, you walk in the spot, you know what I'm saying, your shirt is fitting you right. And when I mean your shirt is fitting you right, in all the right, I'm telling you, bro, they are going to see you. You don't even gotta make no noise. You don't even gotta do nothing outlandish. All you gotta do is just do you, bro. Just do what any normal person would do. Just walk in the spot. Just walk in the spot. They will notice you. And when they notice you, it's going to be hard for them to not continue to pay attention. They're going to continuously look over you, continue check you out. And then you'll be able to see the ones that are paying attention to you and actually are highly interested in you, bro. Because it's like when some women, not even some, when all women, whenever they notice a guy who they really, really are attracted to, bro, no matter how hard or how, like, they'll try their hardest not to make it noticeable that they're looking at you and checking you out, bro. But you'll just be sitting there looking on your phone or something, and like how you can look at people's peripherals, you can tell when somebody's looking at you based on your peripherals, bro. You'll just look in all your peripherals, like you'll see their white eyes looking right at you, bro. You'll see it, and they just won't stop, bro. Like me, when I get in line for somewhere, bro, like if I'm in line waiting for something, you know what I'm saying, this is typically where it happens the most, because it's like there'll be some women in line and shit like that, and you're just sitting there waiting, and everybody's just sitting there waiting, being silent, just, you know what I'm saying, not doing shit. And when you step in line, bro, it's like they can't ignore it. Like they're just in your presence, and they're kind of forced to be in your presence because they're waiting for something. That is exactly where you're gonna tell whether or not, if you get in the line waiting for something and chicks is not looking at you, bro, just keep grinding, get in shape, bro. Because if you get in any line, bro, at any place, any establishment, and there's chicks there, bro, they're gonna be looking at you, gang. It's gonna be like so hard for them not to. And so, yeah, man, it's so rewarding, bro, because like you feel good about yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror and be like, dang, I look good. And then you go outside and you can kind of see like the world, the external, like saying, damn, he looks good. And because you look good, people want to give you an opportunity. People want to give you a shot. And you know what I'm saying? It's so cool, bro, because it's like once you get the looks in and everything like that, that's like majority of the work right there. That's the foot in the door. And then like at that point, as long as you're just like a cool person, you're not a piece of shit or anything like that, and your personality comes on display, and you got a cool personality, you know what I'm saying, you're not a cocky motherfucker. Because a lot of people think that people that are in shape and shit like that are cocky and are very arrogant. But you don't need to be cocky or arrogant. You don't need people to sing your praises or anything like that or validate you, because you've already validated yourself. You already have confidence. What you have right now, my friend, what the thing that you'll develop being in this gym shit is having a quiet confidence, okay? You have the humility of knowing what it took for you to get there. You would have grinded day in and day out. You've been grinding for years at this point, or whatever the case may be. And because you've been grinding for years, you know how hard it took for you to get the physique that you wanted. You know how spot on you gotta be to be able to get a cool physique. And so you'll have that humility about you, because you do remember the days where you didn't have this. But because you do have it now and you worked for it, you know that, you know what I'm saying, it ain't had nothing to do with you being like, you just are a reflection of hard work. So you're not arrogant or anything like that. You know who you are, you know what you built, and you have confidence in yourself. Yes, but you're not out there looking for anybody to validate it. You don't talk about yourself. You don't need to talk about yourself. You know that the motherfuckers see you and think you him. You're for real. So you don't really need to say it or go out of your way to go out there and be like, hey guys, look at my muscles, check me out. Like, bro, I really don't do shit to try and get attention or to get noticed. I just live my life. I already know I'm going to get attention. I'm already knowing I'm going to get noticed. I don't got to do no extra goofy shit, because doing some extra shit, bro, is only going to make you look ass or make you look less of a person. So like I said, man, you go get in shape, you know what I'm saying? And then whenever they start to get to know you and stuff like that, or just people get to know you, they realize that, damn, bro, he don't talk about himself. Damn, he actually, you know what I'm saying, is asking questions about this person, very charismatic. You know what I'm saying? If he's not full of himself, that's what people have the expectation of. They have the expectation that when you get in shape and shit like that and you start looking cold, they start thinking like, oh, he probably think he better than a lot of people. That's the insecurity in a lot of people. When they compare themselves to people, they automatically think that, oh, well, he must be comparing himself to other people too, and he must think he's better than everybody. Now, motherfucker, I'm focused on me and only me. I'm only in competition with myself and my former self, the self of who I was yesterday, bro. And when I come into this next day, all I'm trying to do is just become a better 1%. I'm just trying to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday. That's it. That's all I want to do. I'm not trying to be better than nobody. You get what I'm saying? And when people realize that and they understand it, it's going to even give you more aura. People are going to look at you as more attractive, because it's just like, damn, he really got that shit on, and he ain't trying to do a whole bunch as far as in trying to get noticed or getting other people to acknowledge him or shit like that. He's just moving on his own pace. You know what I'm saying? And he actually seemed like he would care about me. You know what I'm saying? You guys, there's nothing wrong with your nice guy personality. I'm a nice guy myself, bro. But what you gotta have, bro, is you gotta have that edginess, bro, about you, bro. And that edginess, bro, that I'm talking about, that bad boyness, bro, is getting that cold physique, bro. That right there is gonna make you have a lot of respect for yourself. It's gonna display strength. It ain't gonna show no bitch in you, bro. And when you got that, and you make that in conjunction with like, yeah, bro, I care about the people who I love. I want to make sure everybody around me straight, and you want to ensure that the people around you feel good whenever they around you, bro. You couple those two together, bro, you gonna be a cold motherfucker, bro. You gonna have so many people. You gonna have so much access to so many different people, bro. It's gonna be insane, bro. Everybody's gonna want to be around you. Why? Because you look good, and two, you make them feel good, bro. When you do those two things, bro, oh my gosh, it's gonna be hard for a motherfucker to deny you. A motherfucker and at that point, you would know that if anybody were to deny you or to go out of their way to like do some like shit to like jeopardize you or whatever the case may be, you already just know that they a hating motherfucker, because they insecure themselves. They insecure, and because they insecure, you know what I'm saying? You'll be able to see it, and you'll be like, all right, I'm good off them. They going through something. They miserable. They comparing themselves. They don't feel good about themselves, and then you just avoid being around them, essentially. So yeah, bro, man, hold yourself accountable, bro, because this can be you living this life, bro. You don't have to sit there and wonder or have uncertainty and hope people text you back and hope people include you and hope people think you're cute and find you attractive and shit like that, bro. When you get in shape, bro, all of that shit goes out the window. All of it. All of it. You really start living a life where you are that guy. And so what it's going to require is you got to hold yourself accountable at the end of the day. You got to keep it a stack with yourself. You can't give yourself any sort of cop out excuses. And simply, if you really want to, like, when you get into those dark times where it's like, damn, I don't want to do yourself, ask yourself, are you a quitter? And if you aren't, then dust yourself off, take a deep breath, and get right back to it.